They have the hard-hitting analysis.
I'm anti-injury, so maybe this won't work out.
Kyler's only playing one tight end this week, so that's probably going to help him out a lot.
They tell it like it is.
That's not what I needed, Grandma Nut.
All right, the hipster fantasy player.
I don't do anything.
Their listeners love them.
Found all your charts boring, to be frank. Caitlin was the star of the show.
They break down all the statistics.
20 points. That doesn't quite add up. Maybe he had 93.
This is the Snick Snack Sports Podcast.
Here we... All right, Snickers, help me out.
What's going on in the NBA, Nate? What's going on, Nate? Do you know anything about this FBI scandal that's going on in the NBA right now?
Did. I read it in the paper on my way home. Not
Wow.
good.
Can you believe Terry allegedly and Chauncey allegedly are doing what they're doing?
No, it sounds like the Celtics are deeply embroiled in this. Could be the end of their season.
Yeah, Terry hasn't been on the Celtics in like 7 years, but yeah, it's very disappointing. But how are you doing today, Nate? Back in the world of fantasy football.
Doing great. Looking at a very strong team this week. I expect to win against my secondary rival. I guess we did consider him my main rival just because his team has never really presented a challenge. But playing him 2 weeks in a row because of the wisdom of Matt's schedule.
Great schedule. Yeah.
But excited for that. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing great. I had a come from behind win Monday night with Jahmyr Gibbs dropping 40 points that I was not expecting. So hats off to Kyle. I've already congratulated him on his 1 point. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch, even though I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I was out.
I hadn't been tracking that narrative, so I didn't realize until this was, I think, the first week of the season that I actually checked on that summary that ESPN gives you at the end of the week. And that was just talking about you the whole time.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Never seen that summary before.
Yeah, when you open the app on Tuesday morning, it has like this message like, "Hey, you won," or "Too bad you lost," and then there'll be a button you can say like, "Get a summary of the week," and it was all about your team.
Very cool. I don't trust that. I don't trust AI. I always X out of that as soon as I can.
That sounds par for the course for you. And the we have Katie on the show today to talk about her team. Haven't had her on in a while, so very excited for that. She'll be giving us the rundown on the kickers, all the nuances that you may have missed. So let's with the bet, some very exciting things were going on with the Chump standings this week.
Oh,
we
yeah?
had Kenny lose, which was very unexpected. I think many considered him the strongest team. He's now in third place, 2 games back of you and Ducky. And lost by just 0.5 points from his arch rival, mid-tier Nick.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. He's going down the drain. We all predicted it. We don't like to say it out loud because it happens every year, but it's happening right now. He's not going to make the playoffs. You heard it from Nate here first, guys.
Yeah, no, I fully believe that Kenny's had his last win of the season. And I'm talking about against his head-to-heads and against the league, of course. And he's very far away from what we now consider to be the magic number. I think somewhere between 15 and 17 wins will be the 6th place team. He's at like, 11 right now. So he's 4 more at least. But yeah, it was kind of a rivalry week, round 2, just watching the two of them struggling for their lives. I know mid-tier Nick was talking about how maybe he should be called low-tier Nick, but he ended up victorious in all this.
Right.
He called it he guesses Kenny every week, but this week he was right.
He was victorious in this. He did go 0-2. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, not a good week for his team otherwise, but that's what's the magic of the Chump League. Even if your team is 0-2, you beat somebody and you get to celebrate that. And so, let's pull up those standings. While I do, the implications for our bets. I had bet Nick Adams. He still got 3rd worst. Who had you bet, Nick?
I bet Kyle, thinking he was going to do better. He got top half. He got 6th place overall. So you get the 1 point right there.
He's been kind of on the ups recently.
He's been on the ups. He
Uh,
had a good 2-0 a couple weeks ago, and that kind of propelled him up. Still at 5 wins, obviously, but starting 0-6 or 0-8, whatever he did, he's definitely doing pretty good right now.
yeah, he passed John, which was not a hard thing to do, but he also passed Matt, who's been also having a kind of a good run of late. I don't think that
Until
held out
last
last
week.
week, but
No.
Carson has had a very strong start to the season. Now was all the way down at 10th somehow. That happened fast. And past mid-tier Nick, who
Yeah.
has been I've seen him as kind of a middle tier team the whole time, as his name would suggest, but he's kind of fallen down now into the lower ranks. Not that he can't get back up. Interesting note, all odd numbers of wins this week, or at this point in the season, we just passed the halfway part, or we are at the halfway part rather. And we have all had at least one in 1 week. I think many of us have had exactly one in 1 week. Um,
Yeah. I mean, looking like across the league at the weekly scores, it's always, Team A beats Team B by 15 points. So basically everyone's getting a 2-0, 0-2 each week, except for, a handful each time. This past week, John beat Carson and got the 1-1, even though he lost to the league. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch. And obviously, we were talking before the show, you're moving up the standings here.
yeah, that's the
Sixth place.
sole person at 7-7, which has me in this kind of weird middle ground. I'm clearly not amongst the top of the league. 1 through 5 all have 80% chance or better to make the playoffs. You and Ducky are very basically guaranteed at this point, 97, 98%. And um, also there's the bottom dwellers who are, all 30% and below. I'm right in the middle at 43%, more or less a coin flip and whether I'll make the playoffs from here. But there isn't really a strong contender to beat me for the sixth spot that I currently have. The strongest being Shane at 30% with his 5 and 9.
Hmm.
Um, just looking at the points for, points against, that does paint a bit of a different picture that Shane, Kyle, and Nick Adams all have a similar number of points to my team for points for. So in that sense, look like kind of competitors, the biggest competitors for that sixth playoff spot. Um, and I think even Matt that only has 13 points less than me. So kind of there is a pack there. Just I may have got a little luckier in some of the wins.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you take John out, who has a very low points against, but also very low points for, obviously, everyone's within, let's say 80 points of each other, which I think is pretty low variance in general when we talk about this time of year. But I was looking at this earlier today, me and Ducky at the top there. Ducky hasn't played anyone yet, and he's 11-3. He has 670 points against. That's nothing compared to, everyone else in the league, especially, mid-tier and Shane and Carson, who are getting railed on every week.
That's a great point. Yeah, that he does have a very low points against, and Katie's is low too, as honestly as mine. Yeah, Shane has had some bad luck, so he that 30% starts to weigh a little more heavily on his chances of the playoffs if his team can hold up.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, you're right. There have been looking at this more. The points against has really impacted some of those 5 and 9 teams. So, um, yeah, and now. Um, we're going to dig into. Oh, before we dig into next week, that's what I was forgetting. We have some of the news from the around the NFL.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's a lot of injury news. There's some quarterback news. We got Bryce Young, ankle injury. The Red Rockets going to be starting this week. We got Justin Fields, bench. Terod Taylor's going to be starting this week. We got Darren Waller, sad IR. We got Kendre Miller, knee, sad. We got Cole Kmet out with the back. We got Hassan Haskins out tonight, right now. Kamal Vadati Sassoon is playing. It's going to be the only running back playing. We got Jaden Daniels out Monday night. We got Tyler Lockett released, apparently amicably by the Titans. See where he goes if he signs with anyone. We got Aaron Jones is playing right now in the Thursday night football game. He's back off IR here. And of course, we got bye Mageddon. You got Cardinals, Lions, Jaguars, Raiders, Rams, Seahawks, all on bye. I don't know about you, Nate. I feel like outside of the Lions, it's not as bad as a normal Buymageddon. Usually it's a lot of really involved teams. There's maybe one or two players in each of these teams that, is on regular rosters. But yeah.
Yeah, these are not top of the league teams, so I'm glad the NFL didn't do that to us. I assume there are two Buymageddons this year, like there usually are. So we'll see about the second one.
Mm.
Um, Usually like week 11 or something. But I don't know why they did this 6 week thing. It does. You can just feel it a little bit in the projections around the league, though. Compare it, I think, also just with the injuries adding up, that people are scraping the bottom of their benches to roster. I know I certainly am this week.
Yeah, I'm
You,
I'm starting the real Kenny G as my running back, which is kind of rough. But other news, Lamar obviously is up in the air if he's going to be playing this week or not. Did want to make sure we mentioned that one because he could play, he could not play. He's kind of still questionable, unfortunately.
yeah, that'll be big news for a lot of players, including Zay Flowers, who I think we'll talk quite a bit about later on the show. Um, but now, let's have our guest Katie join us. Hey, Katie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I do have a little thing prepared for everybody, so that's okay.
Yeah, let's see your little
Absolutely,
thing.
yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katie. Smile at camera. I'm a fantasy football player just like you. The only difference is I'm a girl. My favorite part of football is the kicking and punting. I mean, it is called football. Am I right, fellas?
Hurrah!
This is why my first crush in elementary school was Sebastian Janikowski. Boy, oh boy, do I love those Eastern European feet. Am I right, fellas? Anyways, we'll get right back to the program after a word from our sponsor. Are you having foot problems? Because I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but toe fungus ain't one. Bam, tough actin' tenactin. Say it in the John Madden voice. And now, back to the program.
Yeah, thanks for that, Katie. I think all of our listeners really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Um, now, we are very interested to hear your takes about kickers. You
Hmm.
join the show every year and give your take. This year, I know that you've been preparing a just kind of informal, off the cuff, beyond the numbers um, ranking of kickers in the league. Let's start at number, what, 45, maybe?
45. Nathaniel, can I call you Nathaniel?
Absolutely.
I have three prepared. I do have a slideshow if I'm allowed to take control.
Yeah, please.
Um,
Excited to see what you have to share with us here. I think your
can,
statistics always dig deep.
oh, I dig deep. Can you see my presentation?
We cannot see your presentation.
Oh boy.
Dun,
Oh
dun,
boy.
dun, 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 dun,
Nick, help me out here.
Three, two, one.
Did that work?
Nice helping out.
Oh,
We can't see the screen. Oh, here we go.
Thank you,
Here
KT.
we go.
don't look.
Thank you, Katie. All right. So KT, tell us about kickers.
So these are the best kickers in the NFL, according to me, KT.
KT Tunstall, one of my favorite singers.
First, we have Cam Little. He is a little name, but a big leg. He was born in 2003. He has not missed a field goal less than 39 yards in the NFL. On my KT's foot-o score, I give him two
Two
and
and
a
a
half
half
feet.
feet.
Also, meat snack, eats muss. Cameron Dicker. Dicker, I hardly know her. KT's foot-o score, 1, 2, and 3/4 feet.
No big toe.
And the best kicker in the league, Justin Tucker. I believe in men. He swears he's innocent. Look at how high his leg goes. It's as high as his voice. That's basically him. KT's photo score for Justin Tucker. 1, 2, 3, 4 feet.
Yeah, Justin Tucker's having a good season.
The
Ah,
end.
nice.
Nice shirt, Nate. Eating
And we got a
buff.
Trumpily Puff. Very nice. Yeah, thank you, Katie. I think all of us felt very informed by that. I think many people didn't realize the season that some of those kickers were having.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if it's been Justin Tucker's best statistical year, but it's certainly his best year as a human. Um, based on at least what you're saying. I don't, otherwise I'm a little underinformed about his year.
I do
That
have
is
a
not an
statement
official
prepared.
position of the podcast. I'll put that out there.
I have prepared a statement about Justin Tucker.
Uh-oh.
These women, how can you believe them? What if they were having an episode? He is a great man. Hashtag I believe in Justin. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. I think, yeah, that he probably doesn't have a lot of female supporters, so it's good to know there are some. Um, but yeah, now let's talk a bit about your season. Now that we've been informed about kickers. Um, if we were to pull up last week, we see that, in fact, you had a very good week against your husband, Matt. My first question is, how does Matt feel about your beard?
Matt loves it.
I know he does like dark hair and eyeliner.
He loves dark hair, eyeliner, and a full-bodied woman.
Now, who was the star of your team? What put you over the top from Matt's team last week?
Quinshawn Junkins. Again, believe in the men.
Yeah, he was your high scorer of the week. He's I don't know if there's a incoming suspension on him or maybe that's next year, but he has been having a good season for Cleveland.
Officially been cleared. But
He is cleared, just like Harrison Butker. He knows his place.
Yeah, you're another kicker who was not in your presentation. I am surprised to see that he was not featured, to be honest.
There's been so much rhetoric and discourse around Harrison Butker lately. I felt like I can just leave him alone. He's not having a great year. Just let him be. Leave him alone. Let him do his thing.
What has allowed him to maintain a roster spot given his lack of production?
I think he has pictures of Andy Reid in compromising situations.
And how does that impact his place on your team?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question and I refuse to answer.
Um, and so, right now, Katie, we were just looking at the standings. You are in fifth place, but have an 82 or 83% chance to make the playoffs. Meanwhile, your husband Matt has something like a 17% chance. How likely do you think it will be that Matt overtakes you and steals your spot?
Unlikely. He's not very fast. First. Second, 83 sounds like a lot. I don't know what the percentages go to, but it just sounds big. His number seems a lot smaller. I don't know how low they go, but clearly size matters here.
Yeah, I think that you make a great point about the clarity of statistics as driven by ESPN. Everyone in the league, I would guess that you are probably the resident expert on statistics since you have a PhD and have to use statistics for those. And even you are confused by some of these numbers.
They are large and difficult to comprehend, especially for a woman.
Now let's look ahead to next week. We first wanted to highlight your matchup, Katie. Let's see, Hollow Moon Society here, versus John,
Hmm.
one of the weaker teams in the league. But he already has 8 points. What do you think will put you over the top against his team? You have a pretty similar projection,
Yes,
and
but I
his
don't
players
have
are
a,
still on bye.
yes, I don't have a defense, which will help me.
You
I
do
would
have Charles
recommend that you put in your
Carolina.
defense.
Yeah.
We shall see. I don't listen to when men tell me what to do.
I saw that you picked up Keishon Booty
Hmm.
this week. What was motivating you to um put him on, give him a roster spot?
His connection with Drake May seems authentic and real. And in light of all the gambling arrests recently, I feel
Mm.
like that could be coming. The FBI's after these people, and I don't think it's right.
We did
Chauncey
cover that.
Billups,
Yeah.
Terry Rozier. Who's next?
Damon Jones.
Damon Jones. They could get anybody at any time.
We did cover that at the top, and Nate also probably doesn't know about Keishan Booty's gambling stuff that happened in college. But yeah, no, Katie, your team's been doing well. You've obviously beat Matt. I think you beat Matt. I'm gonna say 5 out of the 6 times. Just going back a couple of years here. You also picked up Kyle Monungai over me. We'll get to all the pickups at the end of the pod here, but it's pretty good spotting uh in wherever he is, Chicago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Nick, do you think that Katie has what it takes to beat John this week?
I do because Jonathan Taylor will score 3 touchdowns and that will be it. I don't know if he has anyone playing right now except for the Minnesota defense. I kind of hope not. And he still has a couple players that can definitely be dropped, but he's not going to do that. He doesn't listen to men either.
But his kicker's
Um,
gay, and mine is Harrison Butker. We all know what Harrison Butker is going to do to Matt Gay, you know?
Yeah, not tolerate him.
Yeah. So he's not going to let it happen.
it is crazy that Jonathan Taylor's projected at 26 points. I'm not sure I've ever seen a higher projection than that.
Is he number one, Nate? Can you check on that right now? Because he's been
Oh, he has to be number one.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, he is
Average
averaging
25
26.
points, so 26 is not a surprise at all.
Have you ever seen a worse defense than the Tennessee Titans? By God, they couldn't even make Ramondre Stevenson fumble the ball.
That's
Um,
very true.
Now, who's your matchup of the week, Nick?
I'm looking at Matt and Kyle there in the fourth matchup in the row here. They both have very similar projections here, 106, 106, and they're both fighting to get into the exact spot you're in, Nate, the sixth spot in the playoffs. They're right behind you. And Kyle's been on the up and up. Matt was kind of up, made a couple of trades. He went -2 last week, so he's back down to the Renegades here. But looking at the teams, there's quite a lot of excitement, I'd say, on both sides from a handful of players. Obviously, Josh Jacobs is great. Chase Brown is gonna be better this second half of the year, I think. Although Kyle has to play Woody Marks this week, which kind of stinks here, and Matt gets to use Ted McMillan against him. So I think it's gonna be a pretty close matchup.
Guys. Brandon Aubrey in Denver.
Going for the
We have a
record.
chance at an 80-yard field goal here. Just saying.
If Cam
What's
Little can
his
kick a
what's his
70-yard in
Legometer though? I
preseason,
don't think we saw his rating.
Sir, that was the foot-o-meter.
Oh, isn't the leg more important?
No.
yeah.
What
Brandon
hits the
Aubrey
ball in the
has
leg or the foot?
5 kicks over 60
Super.
yards, and no other player in NFL history has done that. So going to Denver this week, I didn't even realize it was in Denver. Yeah, 70 is definitely within the question here. 67 is
Yeah.
going to be gone. I can
The
see
air in Denver is thinner than my husband's hair. It's going to fly right through.
Man, I can see the coach just lining him up just faking a third down run to get to the right side of the field and then just going for a 69, 70-yard field goal here.
Hmm.
What do you think about your husband's kicker though, Matt Badgley?
He's pretty bad,
Michael Badgley.
as the name implies. Footometer would be probably under 1, probably like 3/8.
Would you include the arch or not?
The arch is part of the foot, so it would be included. And his arch is not very strong, although there's typically strength in arches.
And arches.
Right, you are. And I was also, well, as far as this matchup goes, I'm fully pulling for Kyle to pull off a major come from behind. He's had a real resurgence despite some roster issues and some players who continue to struggle.
Hmm.
But I think Jake Ferguson has surprise for his team. William Marks, I don't think has been very good, but I guess has a spot with the bye weeks going on. And Brian Thomas Jr. has not paid off in the trade he made, but here he is. I think going 5-1 in recent weeks. I also wanted to highlight the matchup between Kyler and Ducky, which is between the second and fourth teams. We've been shitting on Kyler's team every week, and every week he's been good. Who do you think wins this matchup, Katie?
Well, you see, Tyler Warren is on one team, and Tyler Warren is not on the other team. Ixo facto Menugo, known brick thrower Kyle, aka Ducky, shall win.
What causes you to have such strong support for Tyler Warren?
He's a man amongst boys. He's a god amongst demigods. He is a woman amongst lesser women. He is Tyler Warren. Just see my background.
And he went to Penn State.
The Penn State connection, yes. It
Here,
seems
you can't
like
see Penn State here. Penn. Oh, it disappeared. You can't see my sign I made.
Yeah, I imagine that sign is normally hanging on your wall in your room.
It is, but I had to take it down for this purpose so you could see it. But I guess my background hides it.
Oh, I thought that was a poster behind you on your wall.
Yes, you are correct.
Sweet poster.
Thank you.
No, I know Penn State has been having a pretty good season, not their best season, but up there. Will they turn it around?
I hope they hire back James Franklin and do what's right by him. He was unfairly fired. The man was just doing his best. What can we ask for in this world other than doing your best?
You can ask him to beat UCLA and Northwestern.
UCLA is a great team. They had
They have 2
many,
wins now.
many win before that game.
I don't
They
think
have
they even
0
ever
wins
got
before
him
that
the
game.
ball.
James Franklin?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that was the problem. See, it wasn't him.
I don't think he touched the ball once.
It was the referee's fault. They wouldn't give him the ball.
So anyways, obviously that's a little bit of a tangent because we're talking fantasy football here, not fantasy college football, although that probably exists as well. But 2 very strong teams at this point. We have to call Kyler's team a strong team, I think, despite his 2 running backs that we bring up every week, and he has not changed and apparently has no reason to ever change. Although bye week's got to be coming up.
Fix it. Just roll with what you got, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be interested in this one. I think Ducky pulls it out just like ESPN projects.
Yeah.
Now I am curious from you guys, who will be chumps this week? Let's start with you, Katie. You have Shane who's left. He's been barely hanging on. You've got Kyle, Kyler,
Nick
Snickers,
Adams and
Nick Adams.
So first off, Shane, the mind of a philosopher, the body of a semi-professional curler.
So you're gonna say the body of a philosopher.
Can't be jumped. I think you left out someone important there, Nathaniel.
Oh, Greg.
Greg will be Chump this week. It is he's had it coming. He's been cruising for a bruising for weeks, if not months, if not years. Greg will get his comeuppance.
Yeah, okay. I actually haven't picked Greg all year, but I know that Shane has been all about it, but now it seems like you're joining the kind of the boat on Greg, anti-Greg sentiment.
Mm-hmm. I am a boat bitch, so I will be hopping on.
What about you, Snickers? Who's getting chumped this week in your view?
I'm looking at a couple people. I think there's no offense, an obvious choice here, which hopefully is right because I haven't been right yet. But yeah, mid-tier, low-tier Nick is going to be Chump this week. He's been asking for it. Everyone else is a couple games above him here. I think he's ready for it. He's atoned for it. He's getting ready to jump in the deep end, do a couple shotguns. So
Yeah, it really seems like it's incredible that he's hung on this long after some really rough weeks where he barely snuck by, including last week. I actually would have made that my pick, but since I'm not going to be repeating you, I'm actually going with Kyler on this one. We previewed this matchup. I think this is the week where it finally catches up with him, his very thin roster that has been performing well, but we highlighted there a lot of boom bust kind of guys. This is the week they all bust.
Mm.
Now, one thing that we need to make sure we have time to talk about, Katie, is your cousin. This past week, I think panic dropped Zay Flowers, who was immediately picked up for $100, the entire fab budget. What is going on with Carson?
Can we just take a quick moment of silence for Carson? May he rest in peace. Thank you. The man done lost his mind. I don't know
Yes,
if he hit the wrong button. I don't know. I don't know if he doesn't know that Lamar's coming back soon, or he just needed somebody else. But you know what? We should all feel for him in this moment.
well, I think Snickers, you were the only one who I've talked to who noticed what actually happened. What was your narrative about this dropping?
yeah, no, obviously Carson forgot to set his lineup Thursday, had someone on his bench. He was playing John, who was a very winnable opponent. Um, then he realized that Josh Allen and the running back there, Buffalo, are both out, and he had to drop someone in order to pick up a quarterback. He picked up CJ Stroud, ended up still going 0-2. And it's, yeah, really rough for him. There's definitely other players I would have dropped before him. Not that Zay Flowers has been lighting the world on fire, but it's, yeah, really unfortunate. I was trying to pick him up and then ended up trading him back to him, but yeah, I put in $80 too few in order to pick up Zay there.
Yeah, incredible. Our first $100 bid. We had Kyle at 52, Matt at 50, I had 41, Kenny at 28, and you at 20. So this was the situation that many people were waiting for. And meanwhile, you, Katie, stayed out of the Zay Flowers sweepstakes, but put in some sizable bids yourself on Kayshawn Booty and Kyle Monangai, and
Mhm.
picked them both up.
That's right. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
Mm.
And
And yeah, now tell us a little bit. I guess this is probably as good an opportunity as any about your name change. I believe that this is your first week as the Hollow Moon Society.
that's correct. I've joined the Society of the Hollow Mooners. John has been a long-standing member himself, so I figured I would join him in his quest to enlighten the world of the Hollow Moon theory, which is that of that the moon is hollow and occupied by an alien or military force. I believe it's military. You know, Whiskey Pete's got some stuff going on up there with Space Force. Can't know for sure. He's a wily one, so be aware.
And what did the military do with the inside of the moon, or is that unclear?
They ate it. The moon is made out of cheese.
I
That
had
much I
forgotten.
knew. Yeah.
Common thing.
Good points. Is there any concern that the moon will soon disappear because we've eaten it all?
Yes, Jerry Jones can't find it.
That's true. He has been having some trouble with that, although the sun has been not having that same issue as it blinds his fans every week.
It's true. Usually when the moon starts going away, the sun gets stronger. It's like a yin yang situation, you know?
Hmm.
Maybe we'll have to deal with daylight savings once that whole transformation is complete. We'll see.
Oh, that's a whole other
Um,
conversation. We don't have time for daylight savings.
um, Now, any other thoughts that you want to share with our audience before we close out today, Katie?
I would. Craig, Father, I'm on a podcast. Can you be proud of me now? Please, please, can you be proud of me?
Shout out, Craig.
So we weren't talking to Greg, you were talking to Craig.
Correct. Fuck
Craig,
Greg.
her father.
Father Craig.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate that message, Katie.
Mhm.
Thank you to everyone for listening in this week, and we will see you all next week.
Thank everyone to you as well.
They have the hard-hitting analysis.
Oops. That is our intro.
Run it back.
Run it back. Redo.
All right. Well, goodbye, everyone, because our thing got overwritten by our intro.
Where's the
Have a good
moon?
night.